Yeah. Well, it's where I have seen globalization at work on the ground. It's a pretty ugly sight. It's a boardroom fantasy. What it actually means is the exploitation of very cheap labor, very often the ecological disaster that comes with it, the creation of megacities, the depletion of agrarian cultures and tribal cultures. It's about the effect of globalization, where, again, where I have seen it, has been negative as far as the local population is concerned. It's enriched the very few in the country where it takes place, and it has totally dismayed the inhabitants otherwise. So ask me what corporate power means to me. It means the ability of the individual to sacrifice his own instincts, his own decent instincts, in the name of the corporation. That people will do things on behalf of the corporation to a group of people which they would never do to their next door neighbor. So that all the decent humanity seems to be set aside the moment they walk through the corporate doors. In the Constant Gardener in particular, it was quite extraordinary to go to Basel, to get among the young pharmaceutical executives in a private way, promise them that I would never divulge their names, and listen to them pouring out their rage against the work they were doing and the people who were making them do it. They were still taking the penny. And they were still doing what they were doing. They were still contributing to the invention of diseases. They were fiddling with compounds to turn them into new patents when they actually had no greater effect than the previous patent. They were joining the lie that every new compound put on the market costs $600 or $800 million, which is pretty good nonsense when you think that many of the main life-saving drugs that go on the market have been developed, for instance, in your own federal laboratories and then sold off by some strange method to the pharmaceutical companies. So they didn't do the hard work themselves very often. So when we think, as supposedly with pride, that many corporations have the budgets which are larger, have budgets which are larger than many small nations, I find that most alarming. And of course, in our country, we're up against the fact that huge corporations are effective here, control the supermarkets, whatever they do, and they pay virtually no tax. We're back to how they launder their money, or if there's a more polite way of saying it, how they apply sophisticated taxation arrangements so that they don't pay tax.